Hey guys, welcome back. I'm finally starting to work on the 250 build once again for Straight Rhythm. We're cutting it kind of close. It's only 2.5 weeks out, but we finally got most of the parts. We're at a ton of OEM parts. It seems like every time I work on this thing, I get way too OCD and I can't get a part clean enough, or something's not perfect or like perfectly to my spec or Mikey's spec, and we end up kind of cutting the build there and then going online and ordering a bunch of OEM parts just to make this thing as pristine as we possibly can. Being an 03, everything's not gonna be perfect, so we're just being a little too picky. But we're finally here again today working on this thing. As you can see, we have not touched it since the last build video, so it is still in its current state. These are the OEM parts I was talking about. We ordered a brand new OEM swing arm pivot because we need that, obviously, we didn't want to throw the old one in with being damaged from trying to take it out and all that stuff. And then just small stuff like kill switch. I got an ECU holder again. Mine was torn and bent and I just didn't feel comfortable putting that back on the bike. We got a throttle tube because the one that we had ordered did not work. So this comes with a grip on it. So I'll just rip that grip off and put a Renthal one on there. And just some chain slider stuff. Oh, also you guys reached out to me and let me know that these air boot seals go bad. So thank you for that. We went ahead and ordered that. Mikey's already started tearing the air boot apart. Today we're gonna throw on the swing arm and start reassembling the rear end of the bike. Kind of get this thing a little bit more balanced so it'll sit on the stand a little better. And then just start reassembling pretty much everything. We got a lot to do. Got to build the brakes, got to, yeah, everything's all torn apart, but it's all ready to be put back together. Homie just got here.
Do this.
But yeah, so this will finally start looking like a bike. I'm hoping to get most of it done today, but we still have a few little miscellaneous items that we need to grab, so
Have to get it done.
yeah, we gotta get this thing done in like a week and a half in order to ride it before Straight Rhythm. So it's definitely cutting it close, but it'll be worth it in the end. So let's
should we break it in at Pismo? What do you think?
I'm gonna be filming some stuff at Pismo, and my first time in the sand. I think it's Mikey's first time, and yeah, a bunch of us are just heading out there, gonna have a cool weekend, but that's neither here nor there. We need to get this thing put together. So yeah, I'll put this thing down for a second and kind of get you guys caught up as we go along on this journey of putting this thing back together and getting this thing ready for Straight Rhythm. A lot of you guys wrote me and told me that the seal goes bad, which fortunately you told me that because we took this thing off and it was pretty clapped out. So went ahead and got a new seal, got new hardware, got a new ring that actually seals this thing up, so won't have any problems with any air getting past the air filter. So stoked on that. Kind of overwhelmed with all the OEM stuff we got, but it's all gonna be worth it because a lot of it was just kind of, I don't know, past its prime, and we're trying to make this thing as best looking as we possibly can, and obviously function as best as it can. I felt like some of the parts that we got would have been kind of a disadvantage to have, you know, put on the old clapped out parts, and I don't know, it would have been obviously a safety thing too. So yeah, we'll just keep on pushing along on this thing. It's, like I said, it's getting overwhelming, but this is like kind of the final stretch of just kind of pushing through this part, and we'll have the bike mostly assembled and kind of be like, I don't know, have it in our sights of having a complete race bike. And yeah, can't wait to line up on this thing. This is an overwhelming amount of stuff.
No, it's not. I know where everything is.
Prove it. Show me.
Okay.
Show me where things are then.
The KSG 9006-44.
Oh, we're talking part numbers now?
Yeah, we're right here. We got 3 of them in the bin over here. We got a bin over here with about 6 others. We got the new pivot bolt. The one you didn't want to replace. What else do you want to know?
I think we should have just left this thing stock and ran it. What do you think?
Yeah. Merch for sale.
Merch for sale.
Soon.
Merch coming soon. All right, we just put on the rear end. Mikey got the throttle, or Mikey got the swing arm all ready to.
I think I did everything.
You throwing it? No, you definitely did. Well, I'm the racer. You're the mechanic. You should be doing all the mechanical stuff. I shouldn't even be here right now.
Yeah, why clarify it like you did something?
Oh my God. I did, however, put the throttle tube on. As you guys remember, the other one didn't work. This one works fine. You can listen to this real quick. Ah, feels good. What are you struggling with down there?
Oh, the sweat's getting in my eyes, so I can't see that well from working all day.
All right, so it's slowly starting to look like a bike again. We got the subframe on with the rear fender, obviously the air boot on there too. Lots of black going on right now. I went ahead and tied this swing arm up so that Mikey can get some good access to the linkage down here. Dang, this thing won't even focus because it's so dark. But what's that?
Night rider.
I know, full night rider right now. But yeah, we got the swing arm pivot in, which was kind of a pain, but yeah, Mikey's working on the linkage down here. I'm draining the gas can right now. I kind of just came to me that I should probably get a new petcock as well as like a new seal kit for this brand new CMT tank. It does need the OEM petcock, obviously. I didn't even think about that. But I pulled out the rubber grommet that sits up top to lock this thing in. So at least we'll be able to get it on, but not connect it. And that's just one step closer to making this thing run again. But went ahead and hooked up all the wiring, ran most of the wires, kind of drafted them up, I'd say. I didn't really get it like perfect yet, so we won't really know how that's gonna look until we get the radiators on. We'll be pretty close to getting this thing, like, if we had the wheels, we get the wheels on Monday, so if we had the wheels, we could get it pretty close to rolling. Wouldn't stop very good yet, but slowly but surely coming along. What else, what are we gonna do next?
I'm gonna wrap up this linkage. You're wrapping up the gas tank. Probably figure out mounting the radiators.
Oh, and running the hoses for that.
We might still get them coated. We're gonna see how we are on time. But we can start with that. Kind of get some of the front end put together, and probably just really start working on the brakes. Brake lines would be good too.
Yeah, the brakes. So the problem with the brakes, putting them on right now, is we had obviously old parts in these, so we went ahead and ordered. That's like most of the OEM stuff that we got was. Yeah, we got all new parts for the brakes, including like all the insides of these.
This rebuilds your full.
Yeah, inside of this.
Masters,
yeah, literally all that. That's all brake stuff. So that's going to be a little bit of a time-consuming thing, but we need to stop. Okay, so we're kind of at a standstill with the chassis right now. We're waiting on our shock to be done, as well as a few other things. And obviously, like as we go on, we are noticing a few things here and there that we need to order even more OEM stuff, which is kind of going to put a delay on it, but not full delay because we still have a ton of other stuff to do. Right now, Mikey just pulled up this diagram for all the brake parts that we ordered and how to reassemble everything. So we're just kind of going through. All these baggies have little numbers and stuff on there that we can look up each individual part number. Scroll down. Has kind of all the part numbers associated with a number and kind of tells you what to do. So going through all that, it's probably going to be a little time consuming, but it's going to feel nice to have all the right parts and also all brand new parts to put on this bike and kind of keep up with the attention to detail on this thing. So yeah, we're going to rebuild the masters first, go ahead and mount those up, and then start rebuilding the calipers. All right, we got our brake system partially assembled. We're just missing one tool to complete just setting one of the C-rings, so just leaving it there for now. But now I just mounted up this CMT tank just to kind of get an idea for what it looks like. I might have to take it off to put the radiators on, but I was just too stoked to see this carbon on the black, so threw that on. Looks really sweet. And then I think we're gonna try and wrap up as much as we can with the rear end. Maybe throw an air filter in and just the number plates and make it look somewhat like a bike, which is starting to take its form a little bit. Definitely murdered out, which is cool. It's kind of what we're going for. But yeah, just keep pushing. It's definitely a lot more stressful and a lot more time consuming than we had originally planned. Definitely replacing a lot of beat up parts. So making another list for OEM stuff, because obviously this build's going to continue on to next week and then eventually riding it, but we got to get cracking on this thing and just want to make sure this thing is ready to go and as safe as possible when I finally get to pull it onto the Supercross track. All right, so another little update. Sorry I haven't really been like time-lapsing this video because like honestly it kind of seems a little boring to me, so I figured I would just do work on the bike with Mikey and then update you guys as we go along. So went ahead and threw the front end on this thing, just kind of so you guys could see it taking shape. Putting the plastics on is always like a lot more appealing than doing the little stuff, so thought it'd be cool to kind of see the red front end, and then threw on one of the number plates. Haven't put the shrouds on yet because we do have to get the radiators coated, which are down here. Hopefully we'll have those done early next week to throw on here, as well as hook up the radiator hosing, which I'm gonna have to take off the tank obviously, but really wanted to see this thing start to take shape. What else did we do? Oh yeah, put on grips. I got my clutch working now. And yeah, just pretty stoked to kind of see this thing start to take form. Oh yeah, put on the Kickstarter. Amish stuff right there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think we're gonna close it out right here. Definitely a productive day, but definitely still have a lot to do. Hopefully, well, definitely next week we'll be working on it and hopefully making it a rolling chassis next week and a stopping chassis at that too. So definitely have a few more questions to go on this thing though. I'm gonna get a hold of some guys that I know that are pretty smart with the two-stroke side of things and pick their brains a bit about, you know, what I should do next with tuning it and all that fun stuff. But I think we're gonna have a pretty solid bike by the end of this thing, so definitely competitive. I'm feeling a lot better, so we will show up ready to race. But it's definitely like one of those things where we underestimated how fast this was gonna come up, and I know you guys have been like dying to see more build videos, but it's just like I've started riding again 2 weeks ago, so I've been trying to catch back up on speed and fitness and all this other stuff, as well as get parts for this thing, which I have a whole nother parts list I gotta order. So yeah, but that's for next week's video. But also, I'm gonna be doing a jersey giveaway on the BTO Instagram, so definitely stay tuned. I think it'll be up tomorrow, whatever this video airs. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the link in the description of this video, so it'll be literally right down below me right now. But that'll give you the link and how to sign up to win that jersey. Go through their Instagram, go through their YouTube, go ahead and sign up, and yeah, we'll catch back up with you next week. Should have some pretty cool videos. We're gonna definitely be having some fun this weekend and kind of getting some cool content. So definitely take you guys along for the ride, and then next week when we catch up on this thing. But until then, I'll see you guys later.
There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight.